Assalamualaikum sir and everyone. My name is Salinger binti Zulkifli. Today, me and my group members would like to critique a movie which is My Salinger. Before that, I will briefly explain what this movie is about. This movie is about an aspiring writer and poet, Joanna, who moved to New York and left Berkeley to find a job there. Joanna lived with her best friend, Jenny, until one day she was asked to find another place to stay. She then found an apartment to live with her new boyfriend, Don. She went to an interview for writer and then she was hired as an assistant to Margaret, who runs New York's literary agency. Joanna went to Washington to meet the publisher and Salinger, and at the same time, she wanted to attend her old boyfriend's concert. During her time at the agency, there are so many things happen. Joanna's responsibilities include responding to the large volume of Salinger's fan mail, but she impulsively responds to the mail using her own judgment. She was told that it is wrong to do so by Hugh. One day, Margaret asked Joanna to sell her first book and she succeeded. She was offered a bigger role at the agency, but she refused because she wants to pursue her dream as a writer.
Hey, Joanna. Hi. Oh, I found a writer from Max out of the slush pile. The stories are so good. I read them last night, and I was sobbing by the end.
What's the slush pile?
The slush pile? Okay, it's like the most amazing and most horrible part of our job. The stacky manuscripts nobody wants to read.
Basically, it's all the unsolicited query letters, people with no referral who write to agents cold.
The slush pile is like 99% crazy shit.
Though some of it is seriously hilarious.
But very, very occasionally you find something amazing.
Critical Incident 1. Greeting each other. Based on the scene 1, you can see while waiting for the elevator, Elana and Samantha greet Joanna by saying hi and smiling at her. Then Samantha mentioned the slush pile of Max that she read last night. She said that the stories were so good and she was sobbing at the end. However, Joanna did not understand the meaning of slush pile and asked for an explanation. Hence, Elana and Samantha explained to Joanna briefly. Definition of the critical incident. Greeting means to welcome someone with particular words or a particular action, to make their presence known to each other or to show attention. Theory. Elana and Samantha make a good move when meeting Joanna in the morning by greeting her while waiting for the elevator. This action is very good in the workplace to avoid awkwardness and strengthen the warmth between the colleagues. Impact of critical incident. The act of Elana and Samantha greeting Joanna has eliminated any awkwardness between them. It also gives Joanna a good mood to start the day and get to know each other better. Other than that, the act of opening new topic about the slush pile can encourage them to talk to each other and share ideas more. Recommendation. Colleagues should greet each other whether they meet at work or not. It is to increase the warmth and bond between colleagues and create a more friendly work environment.
I'm available to read manuscripts. Should that be something that you're interested in at home on my free time, of course.
Manuscripts? No. Tabs, wrong. Margins, wrong. Proper names, wrong. Really everything wrong. You can start retyping today. And here, as a bonus, is today's dictation. Forget about manuscripts. You need to get that right.
The second critical incident is work ethics. Based on the scene 2, it is shown that Joanna walks into Margaret's room without knocking on the door while Margaret is reading a newspaper. Without hesitation, Joanna said that she is available to read manuscript if that is what Margaret wants. She said that she can read the manuscript at home or at any time she is free. Unfortunately, Margaret did not allow her to read the manuscript. Instead, she she needed to retype her writing because she made many mistakes in her writing. Definition of the critical incident: work ethic is the belief that diligence has moral benefits and inherent ability, virtue, or value to reinforce character and individual abilities. The theory: this scene demonstrates that Joanna lacks work ethics when she suddenly enters Margaret's room without knocking on the door. This act should not be done at the workplace because it will cause discomfort to someone by disturbing their privacy. Impact: in the workplace, Joanna does not show a respectful manner toward her boss' privacy. This attitude will portray how professional she is at work, and this act will not promote a positive work culture in which employees and employers do not respect each other. Recommendation: as a professional worker, we must know the basics of work ethics, such as be punctual when attending a meeting, knocking on a door before entering any room to respect other privacy, and also not disturbing other people without their permission.
Is it on? As you know, I believe that computers make work rather than alleviate it. But I agreed to install one in the office on a trial basis because
It came in an elegant black.
Hugh discovered that people, I don't know who these people are or why they don't have more important things to do with their lives, but people have been publishing whole Salinger stories on their personal e-webs.
Weblogs.
Weblogs, ridiculous. This is blatant copyright infringement, and we are going to have to scour the World Wide Web to put an end to it. And that is all the computer is to be used for.
Critical incident 3: inappropriate manner. Based on the scene, you can see Margaret had a meeting with her employees at the office to talk about her opinion of installing one computer in the office while smoking a cigarette. She believes that the computers make work rather than alleviate it, so she agrees to install one on a trial basis because she discovered from Hugh that some people have been publishing whole Salinger stories on their personal web blogs. Definition of the critical incident: inappropriate manner refers to behavior or attitude that is not suitable for a particular purpose or situation. Theory: at the workplace, we are prohibited from smoking because we want to avoid any unwanted incident and also keep the workplace healthy. Therefore, we must show good behavior and follow the rules so that everyone in the company feel comfortable and happy to work. For example, we must follow the rules not to smoke in the workplace so that everyone in the area is comfortable and safe. Impact: Margaret's act will downgrade her professional reputation as a company leader because she violated public health law in the workplace. Based on the New York smoke-free workplace law, smoking is prohibited in the entire workplace with no exception. Smoking is not permitted anywhere in the workplace, including all indoor or enclosed facilities and all vehicles and equipment. Recommendation: as a boss or employer, we should display good behavior in front of the employees so that we can be an example to them. If employers themselves do not show good behavior, then their employees will do the same or even worse.
Hello?
Speaking to, it's Jerry.
Hello, Mr. Salinger.
Who is this?
This is Joanna.
Who?
I'm Joanna. I'm Margaret's new assistant.
Oh, Margaret's new assistant. Nice to meet you, Susanna. How do you like your job?
I love it.
Good to hear. I'm calling to speak to your boss.
Unfortunately, she's not in right now. Can I leave her a message?
Oh, no, I'll call back. Well, I'm sure you have a lot of work. It was very nice talking to you, Susanna. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person.
You too. Have a great day.
Goodbye.
Critical incident 4. Talk politely with the client. The description of this incident is Joanna received a phone call from Mr. Salinger and she became acquainted with him, speaking politely and saying have a nice day to him. The definition of this critical incident is talk politely means using formal talk or words that can be used in all situations and not offend other persons during talking phase. The theory of this critical incident is talk politely with the client shows that we respect them as our customers and can indirectly build long-lasting business relationships with them and is the process for our organization to negotiate any business deals with them later. The impact of this critical incident is Joanna's action will give profit to both parties, especially her company, because she already shown the good attitude by talking politely to her client, and this can indirectly portray a good image on behalf of her company. Recommendation of this critical incident is as corporate employees, we should constantly take care of our manners, especially in talking, so that the clients can get a great image of our firm every time at the first time they speak with us.
She just left?
Yes.
Better go tell her. Quicker.
Margaret? Sorry. I'm sorry to disturb you. We just got a call from... Your client just called.
Fifth critical incident. Follow the instruction of the senior. Description of this incident is Joanna abide by her senior's instructions. Clifford, who told her to immediately go call Margaret after Joanna got a phone call from Mr. Salinger, who was their company's client. Afterwards, Joanna got credit from Margaret for doing the right thing. Definition of this critical incident is follow the instruction refers to the behavior of a person who performs something exactly the same as what is instructed for him or her to do. The theory of this critical incident states that abide by the right directions of the senior in the office is an essential rule to do in our daily work life to increase our work performance, quality, and effectiveness. The impact of this critical incident is Joanna's actions in compliance with her senior instructions to go call Margaret after getting a phone call from Mr. Salinger have led to her being praised by Margaret for doing the right thing. Recommendation of this critical incident is, as a new employee, we need to follow the proper instructions or guidance that given by our seniors because they are more experts in that professions, so that our work will become more easy and have higher quality.
Margaret? Sorry. I'm sorry to disturb you. We just got a call from... Your client just called.
I wonder which one.
I have to take this.
Go ahead, folks. I'll wait for you at the restaurant.
You did the right thing.
Critical Incident 6. Positive Personality. The description of this incident is Margaret demonstrates a good attitude as an employer by complimenting her employee Joanna, who had done the right thing by saying you did the right thing. Here, Margaret had praised Joanna because she had informed her that a person or a client had called and looked for her. The definition of this critical incident is positive personalities are the good attitude for those who are focused on the positive aspects of their lives while ignoring other negative aspects and conveying joy to other persons around them. The theory of this critical incident states that show positive behavior such as complimenting others on a well-done job can make others feel valued and brighten their day. The impact of this critical incident is Margaret's actions by complimenting Joanna and saying you did the right thing have made Joanna feel appreciated and made her feel more motivated to do her work better. Recommendation of this critical incident is, as a leader, we should regularly thank and appreciate our employees who do their excellent work so that they are always eager to enhance their work performance and always do better.
What kind of publisher is this? It can't be Little Brown or any major house. They would have just called you.
Oh boy, you're going to love this, Max. It is a tiny press in Virginia, kind of a one-man operation, Mary Gold Press.
Mary Bell's Press?
Yes, that's it. You know them?
They publish poetry, and I like a few of their poets.
Are you fucking kidding me? A one-man press is going to publish the first book from Salinger in 3 decades. That's fuck.
Publishing Sal.
Critical Incident 7, Offensive Language. In this scene, they were having a small meeting discussing about J.D. Salinger wants them to publish his book after a very long time, but this one particular person disagreed with Margaret's decision on how she wants the book to be published. So, he has stated his dissatisfaction and said an offensive word. Offensive language is defined as any comment that is disrespectful, hurtful, or violates commonly accepted standard of good and appropriate communication. Blurting any of offensive word at the boss or another co-worker is considered bad manners at work. This should not be normalized in the workplace. The effect of this behavior is colleagues will try to avoid speaking with that person. Next, other colleagues will also perceive that person as someone who will utter an offensive word if he or she is dissatisfied with the meeting's outcome. Also make others scared to share their opinions. For the recommendation, before speaking, Max should try to manage his anger. He should avoid using offensive language while expressing opinion to another colleague or to his boss.
Proceed carefully. Find out everything we can about this Clifford Bradbury.
I'll call him. I won't mention Salinger, and I'll ask for his catalog and a sample for our records.
Good thinking. You, get me the contract with the New Yorker, please.
Critical Incident 8, Group Discussion. Based on the scene, we can see that Margaret and her employee were having a group discussion. Joanna gave her idea that she will call Clifford Bradbury to get a sample for their records and will not mention about Salinger. Group discussion is when a group of people comes together to discuss a certain topic. It is also defined as a conversation about a specific topic. The end product of group discussion can be a particular decision, enhanced knowledge, actions, an argument, or disagreement. The theory of the scene is professional vertical communication takes place between them where everyone is willing to hear someone's opinion and suggestion without interrupting them while talking. Margaret also validates all of her staff points of view to show that Margaret is showing her respect to all her employees' opinions. Communication demands a free exchange of knowledge and feedback. This is to promote an environment where everyone can share and ask questions as they occur. Next, the impact is this will help solve the problem. Everyone will be aware of how to fulfill their work successfully. Not only that, this will establish a mutually beneficial connection between the boss and the workers. Lastly, for the recommendation, all workers need to be an active listener, concentrate throughout the meeting. Furthermore, respect and tolerance must be shown to one another while handling workplace disagreements and problems.
It was published in the New Yorker in '65. Took up almost the whole magazine. Pretty common in those days. Esquire did it, Cosmo. That's where I got my start. Buying stories for a magazine.
For Cosmo?
For Playboy.
How did you end up working for Playboy?
Enough chit-chat, Joanna. Back to work.
Critical Incident 9, Professionalism. In this scene, Margaret asks Joanna to continue to do her work as Joanna starts to ask Margaret about Margaret's personal life. Joanna wants to know how that Margaret ended up working for Playboy, but Margaret stopped her and asked her back to work. Professionalism is the competence or skill expected of a professional. The theory is that professionalism leads to workplace success, a strong professional reputation, and a high level of work ethic and excellence. Besides, separating work and personal life allows you to develop greater control over your focus, and you can concentrate better on your tasks. Next, the positive impact is Joanna has a professionalism behavior. Is Joanna capable of separating between business and personal matters? Joanna also can concentrate on work obligations and tasks. Not only that, Joanna can have positive interpersonal relations and a great reputation in the workplace. For the recommendations, all workers need to avoid talking or sharing personal life at work. Set a good time to have a leisure talk during a rest time. For the conclusion, there are so many things that can be learned from this movie, especially the positive and negative behavior at workplace. The negative behavior should not be normalized in workplace, while the positive behavior should be applied. This is because a positive work environment where employees are well behaved leads to increased morale. We will encounter multiple difficulties in our workplace, but we must trust that every challenge has a solution. Next, every worker needs to be professional regardless of whether we agree or disagree with someone's point of view. To establish a successful company, we must apply to all professional ethics regardless of our position. That's all from us. Thank you.